Hello friends, welcome to Shiva Academy. This video series is mainly to address the questions or comments I have received from the subscribers in comment section or in a mail. Few comments I would have replied as part of the comments or over mail. If a question need a much detailed explanation, I would post either as a separate video or if it is like a common question and if it is useful for other subscribers and viewers, then I would be posting as part of this video series. So as a continuation of that, in this video, we'll see about two interesting questions. The first question is like, what is pragma and what are the list of pragma available in Oracle? And the second is a question, a practical question, like how to mask certain characters in a number field. Okay, so let us start with our first question, like what is pragma? Oracle introduced few specific keywords to give an instruction to compiler to compile the program units bit differently so that those program units can exhibit a different behavior at the runtime. Those keywords are called the pragmas. So the compiler, whenever it encounters the keyword pragma and some information along with the pragma keyword, means those units will be compiled for a specific functionality later. So this is like a compile time instruction. So the instruction is given to the compiler to compile bit differently to exhibit a different behavior at the runtime. So in a simpler words, if you want to say, pragmas are nothing but a pre-compiler directive to instruct compiler to compile the program unit bit differently for a specific functionality. At a runtime, these program units will behave differently rather than a normal program. So there are, in fact, the syntax for all these programs look similar, but few pragmas may take few additional parameter, but few other pragmas will not take any parameter. Let us see like what are the list of pragma available in Oracle. So this list I am just presenting you based on the 18C version. In fact, most of these pragmas are available in the earlier version. I would always suggest you just check the version of the Oracle in which you are working so that you will know what are the pragmas available in that particular version. So here is a list of pragma I'm just going to show. In fact, like it's very difficult to cover all these pragma in detail in the single video itself. Probably I will try to cover each and every pragma with an example later. But however, I just want to tell you what is a pragma and what are the list of pragma available. So the first one is like autonomous transaction. So then we have another pragma called coverage. Another one is called deprecate pragma, exception underscore init pragma. Then there is an inline pragma, restrict references pragma, serially reusable is another pragma. The finally UDF. So these are the like 8 pragmas available as part of like 18C. In fact, like most of these pragmas are available as part of the earlier version itself. Let us just quickly go through a single line definition for each pragma. Whenever we say like an autonomous transaction pragma, those particular units will be executed as a separate child transaction from the main transaction. So the coverage pragma is basically to say a particular piece of code to exclude from the code coverage so that it will improve the code coverage metrics. Deprecate pragma is basically to say a particular piece of code is going to get deprecated so that whenever we compile a code by enabling the warning setting, it will just throw a compile time warnings. Exception init pragma basically to associate a user defined error message or an Oracle unnamed exceptions to a name. Inline pragma is basically to say whether a subprogram invocation is to be inline. Restrict references is basically to enforce a purity level of functions, basically to say whether a function can read or set a table data or a package state data. And serially reusable pragma is basically to say how a packaged variable has to behave in a particular session. UDF pragma tells the PL/SQL compiler that the particular PL/SQL unit which we defined as part of the with class has to be primarily used in the SQL statement only. So this is mainly from the performance improvement perspective. So these are the 8 pragmas available. However, I just told you a single line definition for each pragma. I'll like 2 of these pragma I have already covered. Like rest of the pragmas I will try to cover in some other videos. The 2 pragma which I covered earlier is like a pragma UDF, that is user defined function pragma. In fact, this is introduced from Oracle 12.1 version only. I've covered this as part of the Oracle new feature video series. You can just look into this video number 10 as part of Oracle new feature videos 12C. The another pragma which I have covered is like the exception init pragma, basically to associate an unnamed exception or an user defined exception to a name. So these two pragmas I have covered. The rest of the pragmas I will cover in detail with some other examples later. So stay tuned for information about the rest of the pragmas later. Okay, now let us see about how to write a SQL to basically mask certain number. Basically this I got in a mail. So the requirement here is that you'd be having like a credit, let us say like you are given like a credit card number in some UI or in some other display wherever you want to display. Normally we will not display the entire credit card information. Instead you have to just mask few characters of that credit card and just display only the last 4 character. Typically you would have seen this kind of scenario, like whenever there is a mail ID, it won't just display the entire mail ID. Instead it will just mask few characters in that mail ID and just display the rest of the mail ID characters. So exactly similar to that, given as credit card information or given a sequence of numbers, you just need to mark few characters and you need to just display only few characters. So let us take this example where a credit card is having like 16 digits. You need to mask the first 12 digits and you need to just display the last 4 digits. Now let us write a SQL to understand, like let me just show you like 2 different ways how to mask this. Probably there are like many other ways. I would suggest you just explore and try masking by your own way. Now let me show you how to mask this using like 2 methods using in SQL. So let me first take some sample data like 2233334444. Let me give alias as d from dual. Okay, let me just make it as a with class so that it is easy. Data as select star from data. Yeah, now that we have just got the 16 digit number, so first we need to like split the first 12 character and the last 4 character. In fact, it's very easy. We can just use the substring. So we can say substring of the string from the first position till the 12th position. So the 12th position is nothing but the length of the string minus 4. So this will just give us the first 12 characters. Let us again get the last 4 character. So that is something like from the last 4 we just want to take the data. So the second substring will just give us the last set of data. Okay, so let me just align it. Yeah, now we just got the first 12 character and the next 4 character. So now the expectation is we just need to mask the first 12 character. So there are like let me show you like 2 different ways. The first way is very simple. So since it is like 12 character, we just need to display like 12x character. So instead of this, what we can do, we can just display like 12x character. We can use like LPAD or RPAD. We can say x, the number of times we want to display the x. So it's nothing but the 12, that's nothing but length of the string minus 4. So followed by x. So this will just give us like, let me just put a comma here. So this will just give us x printed as like a 12 digits. So this is one way. Now let us see one more way. Okay, before we'll see one more way, there is one small problem with this approach. This will work as far as the number of digits is greater than or equal to 4 digits. If it is like a fixed 12 digits or a 16 digit input, then this method will work fine. But if you don't know the number of digit, for example, sometimes you will get like a 4 digit number or a 5 digit or a 3 digit number or a 10 digit number. So irrespective of that, if your expectation is to leave 4 digit and mask the rest of the thing, then this method will not work. For example, if I say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my expectation is 2, 3, 4, 5 should get displayed and 1 should be masked. So this will work fine. But if it is less than 4 character, let me say 1, 2, 3, then this will not work because there is an issue with the issue is with the second part. Because the second part expect a minimum length of the data should be like more than or less than or equal to, greater than or equal to 4 character. So to fix that, what we can do, instead of hard coding as minus 4, what we can say, if the length of the string is less than or equal to 4, then we can say 1, else if it is greater we can say minus 4, end. So now this will work. So whether it is single character or 4 character or any number of character, then it will work. For example, 6, 7. So the first 3 characters will be masked and the rest of the first 3 characters will be masked and the rest of the 4 characters will be displayed. Since I've just separated as like 2 columns, finally before presenting we just need to concatenate both these things. Okay, now we just got the final output. So let me just put like the initial data 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Yeah. Now, except the last 4 characters, the rest of the characters will get masked. So this is one method of doing. Let us see like one more method. In fact, I'm just going to keep the second portion exactly the same. Instead of first position, what I'm just going to do. So let me just put substring of d comma length of d minus 4. Yeah. Sorry, it's 1 comma. Yeah. Now we just got the first 12 character followed by the last 4 character. So the expectation is the first 12 character has to be replaced with the character X. So the other way of replacing is like you can use the regular expression replace. So let me use regexp underscore replace of. So all these characters I just want to replace with X. So I'll just say anything. Let me put a dot. That means other than dot, any other character you encounter, just replace with X. So this is the pattern. So in this case, anything other than dot. The only problem is, suppose if there is a dot, the dot will not get replaced. So you just use any one specific character so that other than that specific character, suppose let me just use a space so that it makes more convenient. So other than the space, the rest of the things will be like replaced with X. So these are like 2 different methods by which you can mask the data. In fact, I would say there are many other different ways. You just try by your own, explore it. If you find anything new, just post it in the comments so that it will be useful for other readers also. If you have learned something new, please like this video, subscribe and stay tuned for new feature videos, interview questions, SQL practical question, concept videos. If you want any questions to be answered, you can drop in the comment section or you can drop to this mail ID. Thanks a lot for watching this video.